What's up, everybody? Sensei here. Welcome to the show. Welcome to another video. And I want to thank each and every one of y'all for joining me today. This is a weekend bike ride with the wife. And I'm not going to lie, my comeback to EUC riding, it's been a little bit rough. My legs, especially my left leg, is not as strong as it was before the accident, so the doctor said that it would actually be good for me to ride a bike to strengthen up my left knee. So my warrior queen and her warrior king set out on a bike ride, and let me tell you, we had a great time today. It was very crowded, and when you get around a bunch of people, certain things will happen, especially with drivers. It's like this one here, in the bike lane, jam your brakes on, and then just take off. You know, it's like they lose all sense of common sense when it comes to the rules of the road. And I was really surprised, even though it was a Saturday, how crowded it was in this park. And you, again, look, right in the bike lane, bam. And it's almost to the point where they feel like they own the road. It doesn't matter if you're in the park, if you're out on the main road. A lot of, motorist drivers just feel that, stay out of my way. We should be the only ones that are on the roadway. And that attitude just drives me nuts. So you've seen many videos with me. This is Brookdale Park in New Jersey. And I love this park. But what I'm starting to notice now is, because there's so many restrictions, you have to, and this isn't against anybody, but the restrictions and the mandates, if you have to have the jab to get into certain places and things like that. If you want to get, that's fine. If you don't want to get, that's fine as well. But I'm noticing, like, this park had way more people in it than it normally does. And people are just finding other things to do than, go to the movies or go to restaurants or go bowling and things like that. They're just staying outside, which in a sense is good. You're getting great exercise, and that's great for the body, it's great for the mind, and it's great for the soul. But it was very crowded to the point where, this is crazy right here. So we come up on these two people, and you can see my wife's just cruising. She's just cruising. And I hear her say, passing on the left. She's not going fast. And the woman on the left closest to my wife, the one with, I think it's like a pink workout shirt on, she goes, "Oh, I didn't know you were allowed to ride bikes here on the path." So I say, yes, you're allowed to ride here. And there's signs all over the place that say you just can't ride on the grass. And there was one of the signs saying it right there. You can ride anywhere. There's a paved walkway. You just can't ride in the grass. And I told the woman that. And then she shut her mouth. My thing is, I don't start trouble with anybody. I don't get up in people's business. We're out here having a good time. We're not full sending it down the path. You can see we're being respectful. But you always have a few people in the crowd that always want to be up in somebody's business, telling people what to do, like you own the park. You don't own the park. You don't own the park. And as many times as I've come out here, I've never run into that. I think one other time somebody had said something, and I had to say the same thing. But before I go anywhere to any park, I do my best to find out, the rules and regulations, so I don't get in any trouble or cause any trouble or inconvenience for anybody else. But again, you always have people that want to be running their mouth just to run their mouth. And I believe we're coming up on one of the signs. Let's see, let me start running my mouth for a second. Yeah, there should be a sign up here on the right, and there'll be no bikes. You should see it right about, let's see, right about here, off to the right, and you see it's on the grass. And they have that so nobody rides their bikes on the grass tearing up the lawns. That's what that is, you know. But again, great Saturday. Nice to be out here riding with my wife on the bike. She's a good bike rider. You know, I do still prefer riding my EUC over riding a bike. Wow. It's just a huge difference. You know, a completely different feel. Nothing wrong with riding a bike. I mean, you're going to get better exercise and keep your body in much better condition riding a bike than you are on an EUC. But when it comes to maneuverability, speed, the amount of distance you can cover, and again, look at this, another person in the bike lane. Now, this is crazy because if a person decided to get out the car and open up the door, any bike rider riding next to this car is getting knocked off the bike because the door is going to be right in the bike lane. These are things that I'm talking about when motorists pay absolutely no attention to what they're doing when they're parking and when they're driving with, you know, cyclists or e-bikes or e-scooters, electric unicycles, any of these things. You know, we have to learn how to share the road. And I believe that my sense of what's going on and awareness around me has just increased tenfold since I've been riding an electric unicycle. I think I see so much more. And I'm a good driver. I mean, I've been driving for a long time, and this is no joke. I've been driving since I was about 7 years old. I mean, full-fledged driving. My pap taught me how to drive at a very young age. You know, I grew up in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, out in the suburbs. And like I said, I'm a country dude. You know, what was good where I lived in Pittsburgh, it was pretty much close to everything. Like if I would drive 5 minutes in one direction, I was out with the pigs and cows. And if I would drive like 10 to 15 minutes in the other direction, I was in the city. So I loved where I lived in Pittsburgh. And I don't know if people know this, but I did have my own horse when I was a kid. You know, spent a lot of time on a farm, but I would do a lot of fishing growing up. And we would go out, and I remember my pap would always say, you know, if something happens, you might have to drive the car back or drive us to safety. So you got to know how to drive. And we would go out on these roads. You know, when you go fishing, they have the private roads. And him and my uncle taught me how to drive. So I've been driving since I was about 7 years old. So, you know, I have skills behind the wheel. And I can drive fairly decent. But you can see the traffic even right here in the park, man. Yeah, it was a very weird day. But I believe, again, look at this right here off to the left. You see how people just moving in and out of the bike lane? I know you want to parallel park, but we had actual vehicles just have the full-fledged passenger and you know, the front tires on the rear and the front, just in the bike lane. But overall, it was a great day, and I managed to run my mouth for about 9 minutes straight. But that is it. You know, I appreciate everybody that comes by, watches the videos, that comments on the videos, all my subscribers. You know, the channel is growing. I appreciate each and every one of you, and there's so many that I can't even name everybody. And here we go, right here, another car just doing what it wants to do. So I think I'm just telling my wife right about here just to be careful and be mindful. She's behind me. I've taken point. I'm in the front now. But overall, we had a great time. We did close to 7 miles. It was a little over 6.5, closer to 7 miles. And we decided just to cut it short for the day because it was just starting to get even more crowded the later it got. So we're sitting there talking. She's gone up the hill, and we're gonna do like one more lap, and then we're going to call it a day. So again, I want to thank each and every one of y'all for stopping by the channel today. You remember, you get on your wheel and you ride it. Like you hate it, you ride it. Like you hate it, you be safe, you be sound, be humble, and be careful out on these streets, because people just drive like a bunch of maniacs, Please enjoy the rest of the video. Sub a dub to the channel if you like the content. And I will get with y'all later. I'm Sensei. Hello. Good night.